Hi everyone, this is Taarika from Luke's team, and in relation to Luke's video on how to maintain and how to achieve a healthy and a flexible spine, I'm going to be demonstrating a few yoga asanas that can help you work on your spine to build flexibility, and if you do not have it, then work towards gradually attaining it, right? It's very important to understand that the health of our spine determines the health of our entire body. If you look at our spine from sideways, the natural shape of our spine is an S shape, right? So any deviation from the natural shape of the spine, which is an S, is where all of these issues of spinal injuries, back issues, back problems and all come up, right? So yoga in specific helps you to work on your spine and to also attain a healthy and a flexible spine. It increases flexibility, it increases strength of the spine, it increases the suppleness of the spine, it helps strengthen the muscles that surround the spine and thus giving it a better support. And it also helps in preventing injuries, because there are a lot of intense sports athletes who may end up getting injuries if they do not have a strong spine. So yeah, yoga helps for athletes as well in that case. So I'm going to be demonstrating these asanas. Now these asanas there are a few sitting asanas, there are a few asanas that require you to lie down on your belly, and there are a few asanas that require you to stand and do it, right? But the whole idea is that yoga has to be done empty stomach. Number one, because it's easier for your body, and there are a lot of movements and it can also hamper digestion if you do it on a full stomach. And number two, the focus and the attention and the awareness increases when you are empty stomach. So that's the whole idea. So I'm going to be starting with the first one, which is the balasana, or the child's pose, right? So the starting pose of child's pose is a vajrasana. Vajrasana is a pose that you do right after meals because it also enables a healthier digestion. So I'm going to start by coming into Vajrasana. Okay, Vajrasana is nothing but sitting on your calves, right? And you place your buttocks in between the two heels, right? This is the neutral pose. Very important to remember that when you come into this pose or any yoga asana, your spine has to be straight, your chin has to be parallel to the ground, and your hands can be placed on your thighs, right? This is the neutral position. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to inhale and I'm going to extend my hands forward. Okay, this is only to extend and to lengthen my spine. Okay, inhale and extend my hands upwards. Okay, and make sure when you extend yourself, expand from the sides, expand from the front, expand from the back. Okay, abdominal breathing always. And as you exhale, bend forward, melt yourself into the ground and plant your palms and your fingers on the ground, your forehead on the ground, and let your forehead kiss the ground. Just melt, surrender, maintain normal breathing, do not stop breathing. And in case you want to get a wholesome stretch, you can also crawl your fingers forward and get like a wholesome stretch. Okay, you can be there. It'll feel awesome after a long day of sitting. Just be there. Okay, it's a great pose to also practice surrender. So you can do this. It's a great restorative yoga asana as well that can help you sleep better. It's great for relaxation. It's great for relieving stress. So when you you've spent like a minute or two there, then again inhale and slowly come back. Okay, uncurl your spine vertebra by vertebra and come back. Okay, you can be in this position for half a second to just absorb what you've done right now. Okay, so that is balasana, it's also called as shishupasana and child's pose. Now the second is cat and cow. Okay, now cat and cow in specific is one of the easiest to do, and it's very effective also. This particular asana integrates two yoga asanas. One is the cat pose, which is also called as the manjarasana, and the other is called as cow pose, which is also called as bitilasana, right? So in this one, it requires you to come on your fours. Okay, so I'm going to come on my fours. Okay. Now as I come on my fours, make sure that your shoulder, elbow and your wrist are in one line. Okay. And your knees are separated hip distance apart. Okay. Not too much, just hip distance apart. Okay. And so maintain this posture. This is the neutral position again. Okay. Now over here, what you're going to do is, as you inhale, you're going to bend your spine inward, and as you exhale, you're going to curve your spine outward. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate this. So as I inhale, okay, I have curved my spine inward. Alright, this is also called as a cow pose, right? And I'm looking up. And as I exhale, I'm going to curve my spine outward. And as I do that, act as if you're trying to look at your belly button. Okay? And this stretch is exactly like how cats stretch, which is why it's called as a cat stretch. Again, inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Okay, so the beauty of this yoga asana is the alternating stretch, right? So you curve your spine outward and then inward, right? Convex and concave. So I'm now going to be demonstrating Cobra pose or bhujangasana. Now what happens is, due to excessive sitting and due to us being constantly on laptops and phone, what happens is our spine is generally bent, like it has a tendency of bending forward, right? So we generally tend to bend forward and start having a hunch back. Now this particular asana is a counter asana for this posture, so it helps to extend your back in the opposite direction. Okay, and this is a lying asana. It asks you to lie down on your belly, which is why it is a prone asana. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to lie down on my belly. Okay, lie down on your belly. Okay, and your palms are going to be next to your chest. Okay, and your shoulders, your elbows are going to be tucked in. Now as I'm going to look forward. Now as I inhale, I'm going to thrust and move upward, right? So inhale, and I'm going to move upward. You can also look up, because this is a great pose for thyroid as well. And as I exhale, I'm going to come back to the ground. Again, inhale, move your body up. Exhale, move your body down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, go down. Now if you have weak wrists, because there's a lot of pressure that come on your wrist. So if you have weak wrists, or if you have things like carpal tunnel syndrome, what you can do is, you can plant your forearm on the ground, okay? Next to your chest, you can plant your forearm on the ground, and as you inhale, just come a little bit up. Exhale, go down. Inhale, go up. Exhale, go down. Now we'll do seated spinal twist. It's also called as ardhamastyendrasana. Now this is again a very powerful asana that helps you give a wholesome stretch. Now this asana can be done while sitting, it can be done while standing, and it can be done while lying down. Whereas right now I'm going to be demonstrating the one that can be done while sitting, and also the one that can be done while standing. Okay, so it's a very simple asana. It may look a little bit complicated, but I'm going to demonstrate both the sides. So what you're going to do is, the starting pose is a staff pose of dandasana. So you're going to sit upright and you're going to extend your feet forward, right? And you're going to plant your hands either on your hips, or thighs, or next to your thighs, right? Now what you're going to do is, you're going to bend the right knee, okay, and plant the right foot next to your left thigh. Simultaneously, you're going to bend the left leg, okay, and plant or place the left heel under the right buttock. Okay, so this is the pose that you are going to be aiming at. Now what you're going to do is, you're going to take your right hand and you're going to place it behind your body. I'll show you how it looks from sideways as well. Okay, with a slight twist, you're going to place it, and your palms are going to be on the ground. Plant them on the ground, and this feet is also on the ground, and you're going to give a slight twist. Now take the right hand, lock it around the right leg, and try to reach for the right feet, giving a further twist to your back, and try to look back. Okay, if you cannot reach for your right feet, then simply place it like this and look back, and try to be in this posture for 20 counts, 20 seconds, and release. Okay, now similarly for the other side, okay, staff pose again, feet extended, hands next to your thighs or on your thighs. Now from here, you're going to bend your left leg and you're going to plant the left feet next to the right thigh. Now you're going to bend the right feet and you're going to place the right heel under the left buttock, right? Now you're going to take your left hand, place it behind your body, right? And give a slight twist. Now this time open towards your left, right? And take the right hand and lock it around your left knee and try to reach for the left feet. Okay, and again give a further twist and look back. If you cannot reach for your left feet, then you can just place your hand like that and look back. Okay, now I'll show you how it looks sideways as well. Okay, so again over here, dandasana, right? Now I'm going to show you the right side. Okay, so you're going to bend the right leg from your knee and place the right feet like next to your left thigh. Now you're going to bend the left leg and place the left heel under the right hip. Okay, now you're going to place the right hand behind your body, giving it a slight twist, and now you're going to take the left hand, lock it around the right leg, and you're going to reach for the left feet and give a twist and look back. Give a twist and look back. This is how it looks. So there was a sage called Matsyendra, and he used to meditate in this pose, and that's how it got its name. It again gives that spinal twist, and which is why it's not only great for gaining that flexibility of the spine, but it's also great for pancreas, because it literally twists your pancreas and stimulates the pancreas to release more insulin. You can also do this particular pose standing, so that's called as standing spinal twist. Okay, so what you're going to do over here is you're going to stand, okay, and again you're going to stand straight, spine erect, chin parallel to the ground. Now you're going to extend both the arms forward, okay, with palms facing each other. Okay, now again you're going to bend, or you're going to rather twist sideways. Okay, so you twist, look back, come in the center, twist, go left, look back, come in the center, look back, come in the center, twist, go left, look back, come in the center. So this is a standing spinal twist. Okay, so for people who cannot do this in a sitting way, can do it in the standing way. There's also another variation, which is the one that requires you to lie down on your back. Okay. Now we're going to do the downward facing dog. It's also called as adho shvanasana, and this is again an asana that will give you an ultimate stretch to the spine. Now the starting pose of this asana is again the starting pose of the cat and cow, which is, it requires you to come on your fours. Okay, so come on your fours in a way that your wrist is underneath your elbow and your knees are underneath your hips. Alright, now for the ease of getting into this pose, you can also, place it a little forward, just so that it's easy for you, and try to extend your fingers. Okay, try to spread your fingers to get a grip of the ground, because when you come in the downward dog, a lot of your body weight is also going to be on your wrist. So try to make sure that your body weight is evenly distributed to all the fours right now. Now I'm just going to come a little forward. Now as you exhale, you are going to lift the knees off the floor, and you're going to pull the tailbone towards the ceiling, and you're going to make an inverted V with your upper body and your lower body, and your tailbone is going to be, it's going to be as if it's trying to point towards the ceiling. So as you exhale, you are going to lift the knees off the floor, okay, and try to bring your head in between the hands. Try to draw the heels close to the ground. Okay. Now your head can hang in between. Alright. Try to be in this pose. A lot of people, will have tight hamstrings, and in that case, it's great to just do this alternating movement, because it helps warm up your hamstrings as well, increases flexibility. So that's absolutely fine. You can do this. This pose is not recommended for people who have high blood pressure, because it could just aggravate your blood pressure. And then again, come on your fours. And then you can rest. So that was adho shvanasana. It was also called as downward facing dog. Now we are going to do a few spinal twists which require you to stand. Okay, so a lot of people may not be able to do asanas which were, when they cannot sit on the floor. So they can do asanas which can be done standing. So the first one is an upward salute pose. It's also called as urdhva hastasana. So in this, what you're going to do, you're going to basically stand straight, okay, with a little distance between the 2 feet. And the starting pose will be join your hands, place it close to your heart chakra. Now as you inhale, you're going to extend your arm upward above your head, and in a way that as if the hand is being pulled, or your spine or your body is being pulled in two different directions. That is, your head is being pulled towards the ceiling and your lower body is being pulled towards the ground. So what we're going to do is, we're going to come in namaskara position and inhale and extend your hands upward. Okay, try to lengthen your spine. Okay, it's a great stretch, and it comes naturally to us, because this is the way we generally stretch after a long day of sitting. It comes very naturally, and it's a complete stretch. So you inhale, stretch, exhale, come back. Inhale, stretch, exhale, come back. Inhale, stretch, exhale, come back. You need to be very sure that when you have extended your arms upward, give that stretch, you know. Just standing like this will not be enough. You have to give it a complete stretch. Like your arms have to be completely against your ears, and you're going to, which will enable you to give a complete stretch, okay, in both the directions. So that will help lengthen your spine. Now that is upward salute. Now we're going to do a side bend. Okay, so in this particular one, this is also a hastasana, but a variation of hastasana, which is a side bend. So what you're going to do here is, again, stand straight, a little distance between the 2 feet. Okay, now I'm going to start with bending first left and then right. So what I'm going to do is, my left hand is going to be besides my body. I'm going to extend my right hand above my head, and I'm going to bend sideward. Okay, and I'm going to act as if this hand is going to be pulled towards the ground, okay, in opposite direction, and this one is going to be above my head. So it's giving me a nice wholesome stretch on the obliques. Okay, it's great for not only your spine but also your love handles, and to, like, you know, tighten your sides. Come back. Now the other side. Left hand over my head. Come back. Okay, so that is standing sideward bend. Now we're going to do trikonasana. Trikonasana is also called as a triangle pose. Okay, so in this you're going to spread your feet a little wider, so maybe 3.5 to 4 feet apart. Okay, and I'm going to start with stretching towards my right side. So it's very important over here, once you've like spread your feet wide apart, if I'm going to be first bending towards the right side, so my right foot is going to be pointed towards 90-degree angle. It's going to make a 90-degree angle basically towards the edge of your mat, pointing towards the edge of your mat, and the other hand is going to be at a 15-degree angle. Okay, now I take a deep inhale. Now as I exhale, I'm going to bend sideways towards my right side, and I'm going to plant my right hand on either the floor, or it can be on the shins, or it can be on my feet. So I'm going to plant it wherever I'm comfortable with, and the other hand is going to be towards the ceiling. Okay, make sure your left hand and your right hand are in a straight line. Okay, this is called as trikonasana, or a triangle pose. Make sure you're not bending forward but bending sideways. Come back. Now the other side, your left feet is going to be at a 90-degree angle towards the edge of your mat, and your right feet is going to be at a 50-degree angle. Okay, adjust. Try to make sure your body weight is equally balanced on both the legs, right, in order to avoid falling down or any injuries. Now again, I'm going to be bending left side, right? So as I exhale, I'm going to bend sideways. I'm going to plant my left palm on the ground, or on the shins, or on the feet. Okay, and my other hand is going to be right above it. Stack right above it and look up. Okay, make sure both hands are in a straight line. T-pose, straight line. Come back. So this is triangle pose, right? So far we saw asanas that could be done while sitting, that could be done while lying down on your belly, that could be done while standing, right? So you can select and pick and choose asanas that you will be able to do according to your body type, your flexibility, and try to include it into your lifestyle. Like Luke says, you can just pick 4 or 5, and it doesn't even take a minute to do these asanas, but make sure that you schedule breaks after every 1 hour. Try to do 4 or 5 asanas, because it's very important to keep your spine healthy, flexible and supple.